Welcome to another episode of Music Matters, because music does matter, as I said into the intro, especially if you make YouTube videos and you've got the greedy, drug-infested, demonic worshipping entertainment industry, music industry, TV, radio, whoever they are, making millions of dollars, and they refuse to change their business model, and famous and even not so famous musicians are fleeing like fleas on a dog in bathwater, opening their own labels or going to private labels. Why? Because they're sick of it too, and they're sick of them taking all of their money also. Well, I'm not about to let them take my money, my AdSense, because they make no sense, they have no common sense, and just let them go broke. We focus on royalty-free, Creative Commons 3.0, licensed legal music for you to use on your videos. Today we're going to focus more on island, jungle kind of stuff, and this episode is titled In the Jungle with our good friend Kevin MacLeod, and we're going to give you a few songs that you can use in your videos to add passion, to add danger, to get somebody to pay attention, because if people don't pay attention, they're not going to click on the ads. They're not going to listen to your video, and they're going to do what they do with most of my videos. They're going to shut them off. I mean, I get a couple of clicks now and then, and big deal, but nobody wants to sit around and listen to quality music. I mean, they go someplace to another video that plays garbage. But here we deal in quality, and we deal in free, and we deal in people like Lee Fitzsimmons, Dan O'Songs, Kevin MacLeod. All these people have free websites, free downloads, and free use of their music. Just give them proper respect and give them the credit they deserve. This song is by Kevin MacLeod called Chee Zee Jungle. A little play on words there. Cheezee. Chee Zee Jungle by Kevin MacLeod. We opened the show with Chee Zee Jungle, that was Cambodian Odyssey, and now we're moving into Savannah Sketch, all done by Kevin MacLeod. The name of this episode of Music Matters is In the Jungle with Kevin MacLeod. Hope you like it. And no, this is not a Disney commercial. This is not a Disney cartoon. But I bet you he sold it to them. I bet you they used it. But enjoy this. Think of the possibilities that you can use this music for. Remember the 3M? And go on ahead, YouTube, send me a takedown notice for saying a copyright trademark of 3M. I'm using it now since 3M's not using it. 3M, music, motion, or the movie to get the message across. You need all three of those to be able to do what you do. You do what you do for a reason, artistic outlet, and you're trying to get a message across, whether it's emotional, whether it's visual, whether it's music, audio, whatever it is. That's why they call it audio visual. So please remember the 3 M's: music, motion, or movie, to get the message across. And that's what I'm trying to get across to you in this message. And that's with this music. See if you can use it in your music video or upcoming videos. Just download it and save it. Run it through Audacity and see what you think. Again, Savannah Sketch by Kevin MacLeod. Savannah Sketch by Kevin MacLeod, because the title of this episode of Music Matters is called In the Jungle with Kevin MacLeod, a royalty-free Creative Commons author of wonderful loops, stingers, bumpers, and music for you to use on your videos, on your website, whatever the case may be, or download to your iPod. And like I said before, no, this is not The Little Mermaid. This is Beach Party by Kevin MacLeod. That was a little bit short, but it's effective, and you could use that as an opener to a particular video or a section of your video. Remember, music is an artistic tool. It doesn't always have to be a religion. It doesn't always have to be a fetish. It doesn't always have to be a passion. Take that fetish and take that passion and make it a tool, and use that tool to make your video better. And that's why you need to give credit to these gentlemen who provide you with free music, and that's to provide them the credit they deserve. Otherwise you wouldn't be using their music, because you're using their music for a reason. You're not using it because it sucks. You're using it because it makes your movie better. It gets the message across. The 3 M's: music, movie, and motion, to get the message across. This is Bassa Island Game Loop by Kevin MacLeod. It's obviously a game loop, but it's very short, so I spliced it together twice to try and get this 1.5 minutes in. And I had one hell of a time mixing this song. I don't know if I had problems with it when it ran 80 miles an hour upstream when it was uploaded, and then 65 miles an hour downhill when it got downloaded, but or maybe it was supposed to be that way. I try not to change the message in the song. I try not to change the picture that this particular artist, Kevin MacLeod, was trying to paint, because there was a reason why he made this. But I had to make it palatable. I mean, it was just, there's so much distortion, and it's in 3 pieces, and you'll notice the 3 pieces, but it's outstanding, has some great vocal and spiritual feelings that I felt with it. So this first half, even though it's cut into thirds, this first half is this, and we'll just roll through it. And again, you know, using music in a video is not what King Kano necessarily loves. It's not. What about you like? I don't make videos to make people happy. I'm not a feel-good kind of guy. I'm not a right wing or a left winger. I'm not a feel-good kind of guy, and I'm not going to be here and tell you how great something is, except in the context that it was meant to be used. But it doesn't mean that I go to bed with this under my pillow. I just, I like classical. I like Asian music, authentic Asian music, and but I love this stuff in the context that it was meant, and that is an artistic tool. Last week I gave an example of using a skill saw. Scares me to death. I don't need that thing jamming up and running up my foot and cutting my leg off. But how am I going to get the job done? I use the tool in a safe and proper manner, the way the manufacturer skill, and use it properly. Here's the second third on the second half. Now, I don't know if these are real vocals or if they're synthesized vocals. I hate to bother the man, but I probably should if I'm going to do this right. But the vocals are more noticeable in the last segment. It's in thirds the way it was put together by Kevin. I want you to hear it. See, I love that. That last segment was just fantastic. It's a shame it wasn't as interesting to Kevin as it was me, but we all look at everything different. This is one that I really like. It's repetitious also, but the name of it's Cantor, so what did you expect? I mean, duh. So this is Cantor by Kevin MacLeod in this episode of Music Matters called In the Jungle. That was one of my personal favorites, Cantor. And we're going to close up this episode of Music Matters called In the Jungle with Kevin MacLeod. This is called Finding Movement. I'm your host, King Kano. Remember, do what's right. If doing right was easy, everybody would be doing it. So join the real minority and do what's best and do what's right. God bless. Be safe.